about that.
Yeah, that's okay.
Probably nothing.
It's just a sensory overload for my ears. That's why I'm just wearing these earpods flat out. They're not blocking out much sound, but it's better than... Yeah, it's the same with the lights. Like, it's just too much of a sensory overload. Yeah.
Okay, so what do I need to really understand? So there's this diagnosis of ADHD and autism.
Yeah.
Okay? There's this diagnosis in the background of PTSD though as well, with you saying. Can you tell me about what PTSD is?
Post-traumatic stress disorder.
How does it show itself in you?
It used to show, like, with me being paranoid, not paranoid, but I'd have panic attacks, like full-on panic attacks where my body would overheat. I don't know, I used to get, like, my vision would go blurry, like tunnel vision. And I used to, like, have to strip off and pretty much have a cold shower or something. There was one time I even had a panic attack over where I thought I'd put too much milk in the mashed potatoes and I thought I'd ruined tea and made the mashed potatoes too runny, you know. But that was like 20 years ago and I've since come up with methods to overcome that. So me the other day, that was nothing. It was only panic because that ambulance person came out of the side of the ambulance with the syringe ready to go. That's what made me panic, mate.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay. So, being a bit anxious, a bit agitated, is that something that you've experienced through your life? As in,
so my father used to build us. Well, like I grew up in a Greek household. So my father I actually went to school in grade 4, showing off one of these awesome bruises because it was like a war wound kind of thing, showing off this big massive bruise across my arm, which was where my father belted me with the belt. And the teacher, Mr. Morris, as a junior key, had to report it. And I didn't even know about child welfare stuff back then. I got called into the office and discussed it, and then I got pulled out of school for like half a day early. I got sent, like didn't get sent home, my parents came and picked me up. It was when I got home I was told never to tell the school that I was getting smacked at home again. So I ended up leaving home when I was 17. I actually ran away from home.
Where did you go?
Well, I organised and moved in with some friends and we stayed in a share house. I was working at Coles at that stage, so I had a little income. I was living on 2-minute noodles as a student. Like, I'm sure I know people are living worse at the moment because I've done volunteering and all sorts at food hubs.
What did you study? Was it just for your last years of school you made?
Well, I did go to open up a small business selling kids' clothes online, and to do that I needed to have an understanding of how a business is run. So I went to TAFE and got the certificate 3 or 4, I think it was certificate 4 in small business management. From there I was like, right, I need to understand taxes. So I went and did, and they don't call it accounting, it's accounts administration Cert 3. And then Cert 4 was the Cert 4 in accounting. From there, Bridgie Bridge, the teacher, she was awesome. McLaughlin, she could see to me that I've got the talent, I guess, to go further with it. And I ended up doing the diploma of accounting and the advanced diploma of accounting. So I owed the government, I think, like maybe $6,000 in student fees in that regard. But it was cheaper than going to uni and paying $11,000 a year, and then the last year getting thrown in, because they don't teach you about taxes until the last year you actually do it, apparently. So,
So did you do all this in Tas?
So up here in Campbell Street.
Yeah, cool.
And when I was doing the advanced diploma, that's when my nan was passing away in the old people's ward here in the hospital somewhere. So I'd come over at my lunchtime because I'd turn up on the Sunday up to her place with my laptop and do my assessments there while I was waiting to pick my children up from their dads. So it was like even though she couldn't speak, just hearing me in the background cracking the shits about me not being able to get a figure right kind of was relaxing for her. Whereas my auntie couldn't even put the foam toothbrush, like wet the foam toothbrush and take the dryness of her lips. You know, she couldn't even think to do that. So I was coming in doing that as well, you know.
So
I've got the accounting background, and then from there I ended up becoming a teacher assistant, mate. So I've done a few things, and now I understand why kids that were on the neurodiverse, now this is before I was assessed as ADHD and autistic, and I was still on the painkillers for my knee and my wrists, and I was even on a walking stick there for a while because I do have curvature of the spine, and I've also had neck surgery. They go through the front to get to the back pretty much. That was in October last year, sometime October. So, and I've got like a a plate and a few screws in there. I think I can't remember which ones, but
You've had a
C4s.
few operations, hey?
Not as many as my mum.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was my first major one. I've had this carpal tunnel was done privately.
Yeah.
This one was done with the Royal, and they really puckered it up because it's got a funny knob down the bottom, like. But as it was healing, the stitches were pulling in. But yeah, I've had that. I've had an arthroscopy on my knee from the car accident, and just a couple of wisdom teeth pulled out.
Any other medical problems?
What do you mean?
Like diabetes, like high blood pressure?
Well, I don't think. I mean, you took all the blood tests yesterday. I don't think I've got diabetes. I do like sugar, but I don't drink it like flat out in Coke cans and stuff like that. I just drink it in my cups of tea and coffee, pretty much.
Are you big on caffeine?
That actually, now because I'm unmedicated for that actually kind of helps to slow me down, whereas everyone else is like a stimulant.
Yeah.
So I'm just, drinking the black coffee because that hot jug, the hot tap is not really boiled, so it's like me using a hot jug and then putting cold water in at the end of it as opposed to putting milk in it, because I drink my coffee black.
Okay. And the stimulant things, have you ever tried stimulants?
Actually, the doctors at the Your Hobart doctors put me on melatonin, and it had me going like a roller coaster. So all my senses were heightened. I could be inside in my lounge room, and I could smell the dog poo outside like it was the whole neighbourhood's dog shit was just pulled into my backyard. You could tell me you won $10 on a scratchy ticket, and I would be literally crying tears of joy over the moon for you.
Yeah, right.
It was an overreaction.
Really?
That's what I'm saying. So, and also what cottoned me onto that not being right is that they wanted me to keep going back and having liver function tests every month for that medication.
Mm-hmm.
So
how come they started you on agamelatin though? What were they trying to treat?
Because the doctor that I was with had retired in Glenorchy. Now that was when I still had all the pain issues and that. And so they took me off the endone, they took me off the Palexia. Like I was on that many medications, it was not funny. And it wasn't at my request, it was at the doctor's request. Like, as opposed to helping me find a solution, it was just a Band-Aid problem. Let's just pump it full of chemicals. Keep it pumped full of chemicals. And my brain just overread them. So in the end, the head psychologist
here. Was it
here.
trying to treat your pain, or was it? It
was for pain. They had me on a Valium. It got to the stage where I was taking 3 10 milligram Valiums, and it was not doing anything.
To do what though?
To help me to sleep. You know, from the pain and everything else.
Okay.
So it's been a bit of a trip, but I don't take none of those medications now.
Have you ever taken stimulants just like, from the non-official channels?
Oh, maybe in my younger years, apparently I tried speed and it wore off me super, super quick.
Okay.
By the time I got off the bus, like the mystery bus tour, Red Bull is more of a stimulant to me. Like I used to go out drinking back 10, 15 years ago when I could dance with my friend, and I used to like the Jaeger bombs because they'd keep me going all night, and then I'd have like a 3-hour sleep, get the kids from mum next door at 10 o'clock, play with them until 5, and then I'd be making toasted sandwiches, they'd be watching TV at 5:30 at night, and they're bathed and ready to go to bed, mate. So I had a pretty good schedule. That was only like a once a month kind of thing.
Have you ever had troubles with drugs and alcohol, do you think?
No, so I've only ever smoked like cannabis since I was a teenager. When I had the kids, I gave up, and when I got put back, when I went to saw Angela, and it was coming out that was going to be able to be used as treatment, and I spoke to my clinical psychologist, and she's like, yeah, that might be good. She also did want me to go back on the Valium, but I think that kind of helped.
Why go back on the Valium? What was she thinking?
To help with the ringing, because I still get the ringing in my ears. So I think it's not tinnitus of the feet, but it sounds similar to the word tinnitus.
Yeah, tinnitus.
Okay. Well, tinnitus, that's what I'm saying. Tinnitus in the feet, tinnitus in the ears, that's where I get the two confused. So that's like not with the feet, the one with the ears. So, and I sometimes do still get that, but it's more manageable now. But yeah, so, and especially after my mum passed away, I got put on this medicinal cannabis. So I've been on that now, because this is the first original card. It should have a date on there. So 2 years, so 23rd of the 8th, 2023. Now, after my mum passed away and during that process, the stress of that, I did lose a lot of weight. I was probably down to about 50, 55 kilos for my height, my build. It's not healthy. Then I could cook dinner, but the smell would be fine. As soon as I got the food to my mouth, it just could have been the autism, the sensory overload. me dealing with what I had going on with my mum and trying to function for my kids and keep a poker face on at the same time. You know, it was a lot to deal with. So with the cannabis, like with this one, like I'm on the day strain and the night strain. So there's a sativa and an indica. I can't remember which one's which right now, mate, because I don't have the containers in front of me. But
so you've been that's
it did help. So like
so you're saying for a little while you've been off it, but how much were you smoking?
I would probably smoke maybe 10 grams, because they come in 10-gram jars, will contain. So that would last me a fortnight, one of each. So I would say roughly 10 grams a week.
10 grams a week. Okay.
Oh, it's not meals. So they did try me on the gummies when I came in for my operation for my neck.
Yeah.
But they got locked up, so I ended up staying up all night because I couldn't sleep. Is what happened there.
So why did you stop taking it again?
Because it started to taste weird. It was like the batch was mouldy or something, and then Australia Post sent it it came from WA, they sent it to Queensland, sent it to Victoria, Northern Victoria, so it took like 9 days as opposed to 3 days to get to me.
How come they did that?
It's Australia Post. I don't know, I don't work for Australia Post, mate, but I just saw the tracking app.
Oh,
the tracking app, so... Because well, it was really weird, because it usually would get delivered within 3 days, so I would order it, make sure I had enough to last me that 3 days.
So what did you think? There'd been something done with it, or?
I think it just went on the wrong aeroplane, but I think because of the way it's grown, it can be stored incorrectly. So if it's stored not in a dry area and not dried out properly, it can start to grow mould. I've looked into that stuff, mate. My ex used to grow it, actually, if we're being honest. Like the kid's father used to grow it years ago. He doesn't grow it anymore now. Like, he's a legitimate working class person now, don't get me wrong. But I do know a little bit about it. So when I came in for my operation, I actually paid to get the gummy, and I'd need to take 5 for it to kick in, you know, and they take X amount of hours to kick in for me, so the gummies didn't really work. So I had the appointment with the doctor and like the phone telehealth face-to-face appointment, and so they just agreed. They just said, all right, we'll just keep you on that strain for now. And there is much stronger strains, but I don't want to become dependent on it, if that makes sense. So I only used it if I needed to. So one strain is day strain, which doesn't make you dopey, and the one's the indica and one's sativa. I get them mixed up, and then like the two terms mixed up. So bear with me. And then the night strain was the stronger one. That was the 25% one with the CBD in it, and that one was the one that would help me to actually eat dinner at dinner time. So I'd get hungry at dinner time, get the stoner munchies as they call it, and then I would be able to fall asleep between 9 and 10, have a deep sleep, wake up at 6 refreshed. Does that kind of make sense? So it's an alternative medicine, but it works. Well,
so I'm going to ask you some tricky questions now.
Yeah.
Right? This is for the purpose of trying to exclude a few things, all right? So I'm not trying to accuse you of anything, just to be really clear, but we need to just get a few things just really sorted out. Okay?
Yeah.
So the first one is, have you ever in your life had a period of time where you've been really full of energy, really intense, really like taking lots of risks, spending lots of money, things like that?
No.
Or someone thought that you might be manic and thought you needed to go to hospital?
This is my first time, I think, like that I can think of. And I mean, I've not done some things, but I've gone and taken someone's TV because they owed me money, you know, but that was where I had like a big burst of energy and lifted like a big TV. Then I couldn't get it out the car by the time I got it back to my house, you know, so it wasn't like it was a surge and I was hulking and raging and kicking walls and shit like that. Like I'm not that kind of way inclined.
And have you ever, including this time, had an experience where you heard a voice, or a voice that was going on in your head, or there was something where you were experiencing something that was really strange, like seeing something that wasn't there, or seeing something? No,
not like hallucinating or anything like that. No, like it's only my own. I do talk to myself. I've always talked to myself actually, and they say if you answer yourself back, you're talking to a smart person. That's just a joke, you know. That's my mum taught me that actually. So she said, well, yeah. Anyway, but yeah, so it's just the ringing in my ears. That's all, like it's buzzing right now, hardcore, if that makes sense. And yeah, that's all I really get in regards to that.
I'm imagining you in your regular day-to-day life you are not getting in situations where the police are coming and it's all getting super intense and heightened like it's been. Can you explain to me from your perspective why things have been so intense this last year?
I've got no idea, mate. Like, I was just waiting for a friend yesterday. That's all I was doing was waiting for a friend. I was starting to get surrounded by people, and that's where I felt unsafe. So I started video recording, and like even the prison van, not the prison vans itself, but the prison guards came over in a Toyota Hilux, came and tapped on the window. I was like, well, I don't know you. As soon as I started filming them, they within 5 minutes they took off, and then the police came and then everybody took off. So I just felt unsafe. And all I was doing was parked on the side of the road on a dirt patch, just waiting for a friend.
And I know that you don't want to do this, but I really appreciate if you could explain to me the rationale of the financial decisions you've been making. Yeah. So I understand that you bought some nice cars.
Yep.
Can you explain to me what's inspired selling your house? And then
Well, I told you what is, but I sold my house because of the Eshe bogans, and I got sick of not being able to live my own peaceful life.
But then rather than
So I've got half a property in Melbourne.
Yeah.
That my uncle's left me. Like, it's a house with a property.
Yeah.
So it's not like I'm going to be homeless, mate.
Yeah.
Right? So, but yeah, my Golf needs to be fixed. So my son's got his P plates. I taught him to drive. So we've upgraded him from the little $1,000 Snotbox Echo with the stretched throttle cable. It was the tyres needed to be replaced on it. The paint was peeling. We got it within a week's worth of the 90-day period for the rego running out, you know. So I got him on the road as the best I could.
Okay. Well,
I taught him to drive. There was no private driving lessons. Even his dad wouldn't teach him to drive after he had the manual lessons from me under his belt. So my son just...
Hey? What have you bought in the last month?
I bought Ryan the Navara. I bought myself the Volkswagen because I've got a Golf, which I'm going to pay off. I've got a $3,000 Golf that I've got to pay off tomorrow. But that's in at the workshop getting repaired at the moment.
So you bought yourself a GTI, is that what you said? Or?
No. It's the GTI version of a people mover though. It's just a big white bus. I've never heard of the name before, but it massages my back and everything. Okay. Yeah, it's really nice.
How much did that set you back?
90 grand. And I've never bought myself anything brand new either, mate. So, like, it's a bit of a treat for myself, you know, for what I've put myself through. I've raised my kids by myself pretty much. Yeah. Renovated a house by myself. I even got up on the roof and painted the roof. Yeah. I just 100 mile an hour taped a paintbrush to a broom handle and put my music on, and that's how I get through my day. I'm a happy boppy. Like, if I'm allowed to play music, I'll even do your dishes for you. It's like, I don't mind. I love being... I wish there was a piano out there so I could play the piano.
How much was the Navara?
Yeah, it was pretty expensive actually. It was about 40 grand. But that's with the bells and whistles, like I'm getting in the dash cam and all that.
That's a lot of money.
You can't get new manual cars anymore.
No, but it's still a lot of money.
Yeah, but that's including the insurance. I've paid the insurance up a year ahead and stuff like that. So
where are you going to end up living?
Well, I'm going to up north at the moment to stay with some friends and family because I do have some family that I still keep in contact with some close friends. And then from there, I'm going to catch the Spirit, whichever one, 1, 2 or 10, whichever one we're up to. And I'm going to go over and check on the property that is half mine in Melbourne that I've been left in a will.
Do you think you're going to be able to live there?
No, I'm not going to be able to live there because it's still being tenanted out. There's a life tenancy agreement. But I've still got to check on it. I haven't been there to check on it in 7 years since my uncle passed away. So no one's given me updates on it. So
who's the other half?
My cousin Troy Anderson.
Okay. So you and Troy is he keeping an eye on it though?
Oh, not really.
Okay. Why go and see it now?
Because I just want to see if it is being maintained as opposed to the terms and conditions of the will.
Okay.
So
and what will you do if it isn't being maintained?
Well, then I will have to take legal action to sort that out because that's the tenancy agreement for the woman that's living there. If it's not being maintained, if the insurance is not up to date and things like that. Because my uncle, bless his cottons, in his last 6 weeks of passing away, Macquarie Bank sent him around the twist. So he paid out his mortgage. And they sent him around the twist because apparently there was 21 cents still left owing on the mortgage. He was trying to get it finished, finalised, so me and Troy didn't have to worry about it. You know, so... But Troy's not even doing drive-bys, let alone going and knocking on the door and seeing how June's going with it and like household repairs, and someone's got to check on it. I mean, whichever department doesn't let anyone go without doing a house inspection over for a year, you know. So if it's my property, half my property, I've got the right to look at it from the outside at least.
Absolutely.
So,
You actually have the right to go.
but yeah, so I'll go do that. I've got other Greek relatives over in Melbourne as well that I'll catch up with as well.
There's a lot of big changes in a very short amount of time.
Yeah, well, that's life, mate. You know, it's like when your missus has a baby and you give birth. That's a big, massive life change, mate, and that's a constant life change. Once you think you've leveled at the newborn level, oh no, they start popping their first tooth, and then you've got the sleepless nights, and you know, life is constantly changing. It's just being able to be adaptable to it. So yeah, you can have your moments.
Okay.
You can have your moments, and you know, express yourself and that and whatever else. But I haven't even wigged out that hard. That's the funny thing. I'm not even losing my shit like the others in here that want their meds and demanding to see a doctor and stuff. It's like, just wait your turn. Like, they're obviously dealing with other patients.
So, in terms of like now, you're feeling safe, you're feeling okay?
Yeah, no, I'm feeling safe, okay. Like, apparently I'm even allowed to do my own laundry.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll be doing that tomorrow pretty much. So, like, as long as I can kind of function like it's my day-to-day life, I'll be fine. I'm just hanging for a cigarette, that's all, but I'm okay without that. I don't want the patches because they're, I've got that sensitive skin, so like plated metal and stuff makes me break out in a rash. Like, that's what I've got, a little rash on my watch here on my hand. But yeah, all those little sucky things from the you know, the beat machines with the wires and that. I didn't realise I still had some on. I'm like, why am I itchy there? And it's like, yeah, it turns out I've still got a little bit of a welt from that. So I've just got sensitive skin, mate, that's all.
So look, I don't have enough time to, unfortunately, today to go through absolutely everything, and I would like to, because look, the truth of it is that what's going on isn't absolutely clear to me right now. Yeah, I can see that you're running pretty fast. Yeah.
Oh no, this is kind of an average speed. I can run faster. I'm being honest though, mate. You know.
Me too, and I respect that some people do run a bit faster than other people. Yeah, but while people are under my care, which you are for today, I take that really seriously, and I don't want you to be in a position in a year's time thinking, oh my god, I wish I hadn't bought that van and that Navara and sold my house.
No, not at all.
Fled off to Melbourne and given my kids to this guy who maybe, you know, hasn't.
Oh no, I haven't even given them to him. So all I've done is I've just sent them up there for a couple of weeks while I'm in here, pretty much, and I've just transferred money into my son's accounts. Well, my eldest, my 18-year-olds, two separate lots, so 500 each, and then they're to pay Dad $400 each for their board for the fortnight. So that way it's accounted and I've got receipts. So the accounting background just doesn't switch off, mate. So I can do your taxes next year for you if you like, and get you some really good deductions. I'm a friendly person, like, you know, it is what it is.
The offer. As in, so for now, there's a couple of things that I want to do. The first one is I'd really love you to just stay put for a bit. Yeah.
Well, I'm here until Monday at 8 o'clock. That's my 72-hour lock-up period.
So that order there says that you're here for a period of assessment, and I think that's actually reasonable. And I know that
that's more than reasonable. Okay. It's more than reasonable as far as I'm concerned. Because I'm not even being allowed outside for a cigarette, and I'm not wigging out. You can put me in handcuffs here, and I'm still a safe person. You know.
So we're going to go ahead with that. I'm not going to force you to take any medication.
Thank you, I appreciate that. Because that's what made me panic when the AMBO driver, well, not the driver, she didn't get out of the driver's seat, but the AMBO person came out and they had the syringe there ready to go. It's like, no.
But how do you been sleeping?
Yeah, no, I do. Like, I'll probably get without the cannabis, probably 6 hours a night, which isn't too bad.
Did you sleep here last night?
Yeah, I did, because of the way I did a bit of a gym session with the cops yesterday. That was like, it was 3 cops against 1 person. I was holding onto my steering wheel and they were pulling me out of the car. So it was like I'd been at Zap Gym for an hour.
The only thing I'll say is that if you're not sleeping here, it is noisy and it's hard to get to sleep.
Yeah, well, that's why
there's a medication there for sleep if you need it, which I think is just diazepam.
I've had diazepam and temazepam, and they probably would work for me for a week, and then the dose would need to get upped. So it's just my brain overwires it, but the cannabis is what it doesn't seem to need more to get that rest, if that makes sense.
They're there if you need them.
No, I appreciate that.
And what I'd really like to do as well is get your permission. We might not be able to do it today, but to talk. Who's the person who knows you best? Who we can say, hey, you know, what's going on with Lila? Is she okay?
Well, I don't really have anyone.
There must be someone who knows you.
You can ask my psychologist. She knows a lot about me.
She won't be open till Monday though.
Yeah, well, that's the best I can do, mate. Like, she's the one that knows everything about me.
Your ex wouldn't know you?
Oh, no, my ex, Richard, he hasn't... I kicked him out 12 years ago, mate. He doesn't know nothing about me.
You wouldn't trust him to say
No.
everything she's okay?
No, I don't trust him to...
Who's your next of kin in the file?
My son, Ryan.
Okay. How old's Ryan?
He's 18.
Okay.
So they don't even know I'm in here. They don't need to know that. And
Sure?
they're worrying about mum.
Yeah, right.
That's just making my children worry then, isn't it? So I've just told them I'm at the doctor.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
and that's all when they were ringing me yesterday.
Well, someone's knocking.
Yeah.
That might be a good opportunity for them as well.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. It's actually a good timing in a sense. So look, if it's calling the psychologist on Monday, we really need to talk to someone.
Yeah, because I mean,
Because we
like,
need to make
with
sure.
what happened with my mum, like
Yeah.
I held that in for 7 months.
Yeah.
Went in, finally went, okay, I need to speak to someone, but I didn't want to tell people around me about it because I didn't want them to have that vision of my mum with the blood and guts all up the wall. They don't need to have that as a lasting vision. Like, I still can't watch blood and guts on TV, even though it's fake and it's, you know, made in the movies and that. I still, because it's that realistic, it's just not funny, and that's one thing I can't watch. So I'll just sit there and block my ears while people are watching movies and stuff like that. And my best mate last year, Bruce, he passed away. So he passed away in August last year. That's the person that really knew me the best. I don't speak to my brother because he's bashed me over the years. Like, if you look at my lip, like, you need to get closer to look. Where your lip joins to your gum, it's actually still split. That's where you had butted me once. The second time was when Mum was in palliative care and was meant to be moving out her, like clearing out her unit because she was a bit of a hoarder. Apparently that's a ADHD trait. And he just cornered me in the laundry and I couldn't get out, and he ended up headbutting me in front of the neighbours in the complex in Glenorchy. So he's not exactly a trusted person either. He's picked up those traits from our father though. So, you know, we've grown up in a bit of a not average household, and we've both seen things in different ways, you know, and him being a masculine man. Like, my father actually told me when I was a kid, because I liked being outdoors and doing tomboy, he actually told me he wished I was a boy. I should be inside cooking and cleaning, because he's Greek, old school Greek, you know. He's in Thailand now. But yes, so my eldest son, Ryan.
Yeah, okay. So
But they don't know that I'm in here.
Okay. Well, look, as in, if you decide to tell him, then I think talking to him would be really useful for us, because just to check in, yeah? Or your psychologist on Monday.
Yeah, she would be the best, because I mean, like I said, when I finally opened up and could get in to see her, get my free Medicare sessions with her, to go back and have my intake, well, not intake, but have like the sessions with her, and I told her about what happened with my mum. So, like, it's a room like this, and you're the psychologist in the chair there, and her desk is along here. I'm in the corner here, not in the corner, but in the chair, and I'm doing the full-on autistic rock. And I've never been that extreme. So that was 7 months after my mum passed away. So she would know a lot about my background. And
hopefully we'll be able to.
Yeah.
Okay. So look, what we'll do is we'll call it there. The guys will check in on Monday. Yeah.
Yeah.
In the meantime, try and keep yourself entertained as best you can.
Yeah, no, that's why I've asked if I can bring some magazines. So I've said to the ladies, I don't mind if people leave their dishes in the sink. I'll just probably play my music, and because that's all I do. I just play my music, dance, I sing, I whistle. If you hear someone whistling up the hallway, that's me. I'll try to keep it quiet at night. But I just need to just keep active, if that makes sense. Just mindful activities. So like I fed the ferns the sugar this morning, because I know they eat sugar in the top bit where the leaves splay out. But I asked the nurse at the desk, is it okay if I take some sugar out to do that? So that's why I grabbed a banana as well. So I'm going to eat the banana and go give them some banana skins, because that's what they like as well. So I love gardening as well. Painting, if you want the walls painted, like I can cut in without using masking tape. Like, I'm definitely a tomboy. It's not an average female, I know that. But I can't paint my nails to save myself.
Don't need a coat of paint yet.
Not yet, but if you do, like, hit me up, guys.
Any questions about anything we need to do?
Yeah.
Any allergies to anything?
Amoxicillin.
Amoxicillin and sticky.
Yeah. So it'll make me break out in like little welt rashes, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So that's from where my bracelet, my watch chipped, and it's gone through to the plated metal underneath, and so I've just had to take my watch off, and that's in my bag, I think. Anyway, I'll look for that later. I'm not worried about that. Yeah, so it's just a little hissy rash, pretty much is what I call hissy fit rash. Yeah, it's all good, mate.
It was nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you
Good
too.
luck here.
No,
I
thank
hope
you.
it goes all right.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and also, look, I won't see you again up here, but the guys will come around on Monday.
Yep. No, not a problem. Awesome.
You give me another walk?
Yeah, no, the numbness in the feet.
You
We're
do it.
good.
Alright.
Yeah, no worries.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.